Well, I'm back. Eagle-eyed viewers, or regular viewers of this channel, may realise or know that I did unbox a Hoover Porter Power that was wrapped in a black bag, and I was wearing this jumper and these socks and these jeans. The only reason I'm wearing the same outfit is, well, it's a few minutes since I made the Porter Power unboxing, and this came at the same time. It was from the same eBay seller. So I thought, oh, can I be bothered to change? And I thought, no, I can't. Let's just get it open and you'll get to see this whenever. Now, at the time of making the video, to give you an idea of when this was actually recorded, we are in March, or are we? Yes, we are. It's March 2017. And I'm quite giddy as a little spring lamb. Hopefully not one that's going to be slaughtered, but one that's going to be allowed to live its natural life in nature. Oh, I've got a pull on this jumper, I've just noticed. Oh yes, I did that. Oh, I'll have to push that in with a pin. Ignore the pull if it hones into view. So, time making it, yeah, I'm giddy for two reasons. Well, because I've just unboxed a lovely Porter Power, and I'm about to unbox another lovely cleaner. And it's my day off work tomorrow. That always puts a spring in my step. And we've had a little bit of sunshine, which does the soul good, does my soul good anyway. I think I suffer from that seasonal affected disorder, you know, sad. Yes, people say I'm sad all year round, but especially in winter time. How do you open this? When I don't get enough sun on my skin. And yesterday we had a bit of sun and I sat outside for a few minutes. That's all I needed. And closed my eyes and let the sun's rays warm my cheeks. And it was lovely. So I'm looking forward to summer, spring and summer now. I'm fed up with winter time. Yes, so, right, I'm giddy. But I'm especially giddy because tomorrow I'm taking delivery of two home laundry appliances. Yes, AO.com. You'll have seen these because as a condition of me getting those for free, I need to put a written and video review up within 7 days of receiving them. So I'm receiving them on Thursday, so I'm hoping the videos will be up on the Wednesday. I'll put two videos up probably on the Wednesday, one for the washer, one for the dryer. Two initial quick videos, and then I'll do some more. You'll have seen those, possibly, if you're interested, of the AEG washer and dryer. So, quite excited about that. I'm not a washer person, as you know, but I do like washers. Washing machine. They were my second sort of interest, apart from vacuums, but it was really only Hoover washing machines I was into back then. So I do actually have quite a lot of Hoover washing machine brochures, and I will be showing those at some point. It's all, everything is at some point with me. But, you know, you will get to see them all. Now, this is a Hoover, you know it's a Hoover Shampoo Polisher. I've already opened the Hoover Shampoo Polisher. But that one, and I didn't say at the time, and I didn't know at the time, that one, there's something wrong with it. I haven't been able to get the part. It wouldn't dispense any solution. The trigger at the back of the handle, it lifts this little thing up that lifts this little... I'll show you on this one, hopefully. But anyway, it wasn't working. So it didn't really work. There was bits wrong with it. So when I saw this factory sealed model, I thought, I'm having a bit of that. So, yes, I did pay quite a lot for this. And I've no idea what the colour is, because the model F4002 was supplied in various colours. The one I first owned, well, I owned some of the earlier ones, not the F4002, but some of the earlier Hoover ones. I had one in the same blue as my Hooverette, and they also did it in a green. They turn up fairly often on eBay. But the first one in this style, made in France, was the cream and brown version, and then I had the white and black version, which is like the one you saw me unbox possibly. So I've no idea what colour this is. I'm just going to see if I can get any clue from the box, and I don't think I can. No, this is completely sealed. Definitely. Never been, not, the flap has never even been opened. Until today. It's the cream and brown by the looks. Or it could be, they did one also that was not cream and brown. It was, I think it was more or less a tan colour all over. So it could be that one. But this has come from the same place as the Porter Power. So this could be cream and brown. When I bid on it, I just didn't really think about it. I just thought it would be another white version. And then I started thinking, oh, it might be a cream and brown one. And it's certainly got cream. The other one I got did have the box, but it didn't have this polystyrene insert. Oh, that takes me back. You can't see it. You can't see it, children. I'm going to angle the camera a bit more above so you can get more of an aerial shot. This is taking me back. This does take me back. It's grubby. It's got some grubby bits on, but it's never been removed from the box. I remember this stuff. This brown papery stuff. Right. It's amazing how dirt can find its way inside a sealed box, dirt and dust, but here is one of the shampoo brushes, very soft brushes, and also we've got lots of little holes, so the shampoo would be dispensed through the top of this and it would come out of the holes as that was spinning or counter-rotating with the other one, and it would massage the foam shampoo into the carpet, and it was the encapsulation method, so you'd it wouldn't extract, it would just massage foam into the carpet, and then you'd have to wait for that foam to dry and crystallize and hopefully absorb the dirt, and then you'd have to vacuum it off. So there are the two shampoo brushes. And I always thought this was odd. As you can see, I think the scrubbing brush will be underneath. For some reason they just put one scrubbing brush there in the box and the other I think is under the tank. So there we have the very, what's the word? Well, I wasn't going to say stiff, but stiff and dense for scrubbing your floors, not to use on carpets, and I think Hoover even say somewhere printed on it. It's very hard. I'm just trying to get the light right. It's all in foreign. Do not use on rugs or carpets. Some mavericks would probably have had a go, but it wouldn't have done very good. Not really good for your rugs and carpets. Here is the Instruzioni book. Again, it's a little bit worn from the age of the thing. I know this instruction book from the first one I had. And to date this, well, we'll see if we can date it. I'm not sure if it has the same dating. But I certainly had this particular model, this colour, in the early 80s, definitely. I remember having it in the house we used to live in East Grinstead, and it was certainly the first half of the 80s. I don't think it was late 70s. I don't think I started having any money until, 82, 83 onwards. So this could be 83, 84, that sort of period, I think. Well, certainly when I had one. Here's the handle. So, yeah, this needs a wipe. This is what's wrong with that white one. Now that little trigger there, that's a trigger to release the shampoo or the scrubbing solution when you're scrubbing a hard floor. It also forms the top cord hook. But what is wrong, and oh, no, it is moving. There's something up with this doobry on the other one I've got. Now, you see that little hook piece? I don't know if you can quite see it moving, hang on. It's not moving very well, but anyway, there's a little, that little piece there, look, there, you can just see it moving up and down. That is what pulls at a little metal loop. I'll show you what it does, but anyway, there's something wrong with that on the other one. Ooh, I'm just being very careful with it. Oh, that's what. Oh, I knew that would have happened. Well, I didn't know, but I'll show you what's happened, and it's a bugger for removing. Pardon my French, kids. It's a beast for removing. It's awkward. Let me just take that out. Again, no plug on it. There was a fitted plug on the white one. That was a much later version. So underneath, with its own little, oh no it's not, oh it's broken. That's not broken, the polystyrene. There's the other scrub brush, and it has that little nodule that should be attached to the box. That's where it lived. There, like that. See? And in here, in a sealed pack, we have 6 brushes, 2 felt pads, 2 scouring green pads, and in the middle 2 buffing pads. They used to be made of lamb's wool in the olden days, but they're synthetic now. And 1, 2, 4 of the little retainers to click them on. So you'd actually attach the scrub brush first, and then these thin pads used to go on top of the scrubbing brush when you used them. But of course, when you're using the shampoo brushes, they were used on their own. Pop the box to one side, and we'll have a look at the cleaner. And what's happened is it's got the nice cream cable. This is just the same as I owned. Oh, I've been having a nostalgia fest today. I've really gone through my little time travelling today. I really have. So this, that's not going to stay in place until I put the handle on, because the handle and that forms the top of the tank, and that pushes down, so that keeps the tank in place. So the tank will come off now. So what I'm saying with my other one, this little loop, that loop there, that's what pulls up and releases the shampoo. And what happens, you see the little valve thing at the bottom. So I can get close up and show you what it does. Can you see there? So when I pull it up, you see that little metal bit moves up. There, look. So that moves up, pulls up, and starts to release the solution down the little tube, which I'll show you in a minute, and onto the brushes, whichever solution you're using, whether it's floor solution or carpet shampoo. And it's obviously it's gravity fed, there's no pump. It just feeds down. You've got a maximum fill line. There we go, where my fingers are. I always used to be a bit naughty and fill it up a little bit more than that. I always used to like this sort of textured, you see that sort of slight texture to the container. And at the top we've got the stopper. Oh. It's got a little retainer so it won't get lost. So you just obviously fill it up with the solution, pop the stopper back on. So what's happened with this, and this has happened with other cleaners that have been in polystyrene, it has more or less fused itself, and that is awkward to get off. But I will get it off without damage. It will come off. So this is the cream and brown one. It's a little bit dusty, isn't it? Here's the pipe at the back that carries, so at the top, ooh, hang on, let me get it in shot. Ooh, there we are. Up, down, down, up. See that little hole? Eek, there, that little hole. That's where the shampoo goes into from the tank, and then it travels down this. You can still get this part. Sometimes that part would split. Travels down that tube, and then I won't be actually putting a plug on this one, folks. I will somehow get the other one working. I do want to demo that. And there's two little channels here with two holes, so that's where the solution goes. This is the bit you put the brushes on, and unlike the later version, this is metal, like casting. Can't remember what it's made of, but it's metal anyway. The later one, they changed that to plastic, as they did with the Hoover Juniors. But you know, it was cheaper, I expect, but also it made it lighter. So there's two brushes attached. This is much the same as the one you could get in the 50s whenever it was launched. Just slightly changed, you know, modified externally, as Hoover did with their cleaners for many years. Just change the hoods, change the colours, maybe give them something, a little extra feature like an air freshener was introduced, wasn't it, on the Senior, which became the Power Plus. So, two wheels as well. You wouldn't need the wheels in normal use. The wheels are just there for transporting the cleaner. You tip it onto the rear wheels, lift the brushes off, and then you'd wheel it to the room. But it's pretty light anyway, you could carry it. I'm glad I've got it. This did end up, I did put a fairly high bid in, and it did go quite high. I can't remember how much, but certainly more than I would have bought a new one for. But as you know, when it comes to in-the-box older cleaners, then basically I am willing to pay a lot more. So that will come off. I don't want to use anything too harsh. I've got some sticky stuff remover. I'll try that first. The citrus based. It smells very orangey. Now we're going to have a bit of clanking in the moment because it's the recycling lorry is about to pass by my house. So you'll have to excuse any doobers. Everything is fine, I would say. You've got the combined, well, it's not an on-off switch. It's very, I always thought it's very thin, that handle release. So there is a micro switch inside, so when you release the handle, can't hear it clicking, but it should work. When you release the handle from upright to operating, it switches on. Assume it should work. I'd say I'm not going to show you. It won't sound any different to the white one I showed you on my channel. As far as I can remember, it should sound more or less the same. Quite a low wattage motor. I'm just thinking, where is the rating plate on these? Because I don't think it's underneath. Where would it have been? I'm not sure. Oh, is it? Oh, it's there, look. It's there. Whew. Don't know if I'm going to be able to... I don't think I'll be able to show you that. Oh, like, sort of. Hang on, I can't see what I'm doing. I'll read it to you, folks. So, we know it's a Hoover model F4002, 50 Hz, 160 watts, the motor. The serial is 10504,725. So again, am I thinking, because it begins with 1, it's from 1981, it could be, and is it from May 81? 1050425. So possibly May 81, I am thinking. It's certainly, I mean, this I remember this in the 70s, but it was in a white and green colour. They did it in a gold colour as well. The hood was a sort of a yellowy gold with the white. So, but 81 could be right. Could be right for that colour scheme. Have I read it correctly? So basically there it is. I won't bother, you know, doing anything else with this. It's not a vacuum, but it's something I owned before I got my first sort of shampooer. My first was a Vax. I was unfaithful to Hoover and bought myself an earlier Vax cleaner. It was an early one because it had, I don't think the small nozzle was even clear back then. It was white. I don't think it was clear, the very first one. I know the hose was white with my first Vax. It was only later I think they made the nozzle clear. But yes, this is what I used to clean carpets and did a good job. I remember we had a green carpet on the hall landing and stairs at the house I lived in East Grinstead. And we all drank coffee, my brothers and I, and we'd often have a mug and we'd take it upstairs. And it didn't stay in the mug, it used to sort of drip down. You always used to find, and a whole stair, you could see up the middle of the stairs where coffee, more or less from bottom to top, had been sort of spilt over time. And I used to use this on the stairs because it's quite small. You can clean stairs with it because you can hold it and direct it, because it will, you know, it's about the width of a stair. So I used to do the stairs with it, and I used to bring everything up, you know, let it dry, vacuum it off, and all traces of coffee were gone. But then, of course, the Vax did a better job. What actually, that's just reminded me. Oh, might as well impart this. Maybe once a year, my dad used to hire from, I think, the dry cleaners, what was a Hydra Mist. I think it was a big orange thing, and it was more like oblong, but it's quite tall. Not like a rug doctor. Car should do a similar one, more small, but this was a sort of huge oblong thing. On one side you filled up with the hot water, and the other side was for the dirty, and it had the wand and the big fishtail nozzle. So yes, probably once a year at the weekend, or one weekend, my dad would hire this machine, and I think I obviously got involved with it. I probably ended up doing most of it. My dad probably started and then got bored, and then I, of course, had a great time hydro misting all the muck. But then when I got a Vax, we didn't need to hire that. And then, of course, after the Vax came the Aquamasters. And after the Aquamasters came the Brush and Wash. And then, from then on, I've had so many different carpet washers, I've lost count. But they've certainly saved the carpets from being replaced a lot more than they would have been without. So there you go. Another little vintage. I'm going to stick to my guns and say it's vintage. If it's from the 80s, right, look, it's vintage, okay? 70s onwards, well, no, I think 80s. I think 80s is about the cut-off point. At the time of making this video, to call something vintage. What do you think? Because the 80s, what are we in? 90s, 2000, 2000, let's okay, 40 odd years. Vintage, it's vintage. It's an electrical appliance made of plastic, bit of metal, but it's vintage to me, and it's older than a lot of you watching. So it's a vintage Hoover Shampoo Polisher. Thanks for watching. Thumb up. Click on subscribe if you don't subscribe already, if you want to see a nutcase going on and on and on about whatever he's showing you. Click the bell icon and you'll get an email in your inbox as soon as I upload a new video, which reminds me I need to get one prepared for today because it's Wednesday at the time I'm making this vid, and I'm just going to shove on an old unboxing for your viewing pleasure, but you'll have seen that long ago, because I don't know when I'm going to be showing you this. Not for quite some time. It might be winter by the time you see this. It's nearly spring. Spring is knocking on the door, but who knows what time of the year it will be. Or indeed, will it be 2017 when you see this? Hopefully it will be. So, until the next time, VAG fans, thanks for watching. And I'll see you all very soon, I expect. Bye for now.